Hey, welcome to Table Tennis Philosophy, and we're gonna have a little fun today, doing something a little different. Question: do I really like cheap equipment? Do I like cheap rubber? Kind of do. Being an equipment junkie, any type of new equipment that arrives in the mail, UPS, FedEx, I don't care. It's like Christmas morning to me, and so. Maybe you feel that way, and maybe you feel that way when you get your new sheet of $100 rubber coming in, and I would feel that way too, but the excitement is absolutely just as much when you get a sheet of $17 rubber. All right, I'm featuring a couple different racket coverings from Spinlord. Here's the thing. Spinlord is going to be cheaper by far. I don't know of anything that they have that would cost over $30. Don't underestimate the power of good artwork. I don't know if that's really good artwork, but it's a lot more interesting than what you'll see on most of the stuff you get. And so each of those were, like I said, around the $20 range, and $25, I think, for maybe one of them. But is it, for instance, so inferior that you wouldn't consider buying it under any circumstances? Answer is not really. I'll give you an example here. I've got two rackets that I use. This one, Falk Carbon, I think I said that right. Rubber blade, complete racket there, about $250. This is my old dependable defensive blade. I just got some of this new Spinlord rubber on it. I'm gonna have some fun with it, and $100. That's everything, the whole thing put together. So is the other one twice as good? Will I, maybe. Will I play twice as well? Almost certainly not. I might play a little better with it. I might win a few matches with that I wouldn't win with the other, but I'm going to allow for the fact that there's a really good chance I might play better with the defensive one. At least certain times I might. So when you're considering buying new equipment, price is something to consider. I mean, you may be on a budget, maybe you can't afford spending a few $100s on racket coverings. So if that's the case, then you got to look at what can you afford and what actually works. And there are some times, though, when you probably are going to have to spend a little bit of extra. If you have gotten to a certain level of play and you're needing that little extra edge and spin and speed, you're probably going to have better chance of getting that from some of the high-end stuff, but not necessarily. Before I would invest in a sheet of rubber for $100, I'd make sure I tried it with somebody else. Like I said, I've played with the pretty expensive stuff, and I've played with the really cheap stuff, and there doesn't seem to be a real correlation, other than if I buy something for $100 and it doesn't work out, I'm far more disappointed than if I spent $20 and it doesn't work out. So there's a lot to take in with all that. On the other hand, I've seen some people that have played with seemingly using the exact same racket, never changed the rubber for 5 or 6 years, and are still playing pretty much the same way they always did. Level of play hasn't gone down. That's probably not the way to go if you want to continue improving. I think you need to freshen up your racket every now and then, but like I said, it's not as big a deal, and it's not quite the same kind of thing that people think. In other words, you can't buy your way to better table tennis. I think probably everybody knows that, but like I said, thought I'd throw that out there. There are some other options other than spending a ton of money on this kind of stuff. And in fact, put a plug in for Zero Pong. Zero Pong rubber has worked out for a lot of people, and it's really cheap. Spin Lord is cheap. There's some other stuff. I think quite often I found the stuff that ends up just coincidentally working the best for me is rarely the most expensive, and it's rarely the cheapest. It's usually kind of falls in that middle range, and that's probably not too surprising. So, Happy New Year to everybody. Appreciate your comments. Like I said, I don't know that you learned a whole lot here, but it's something to think about when you do look at making new purchases for new equipment for the new year. Thanks a lot. Bye.